Hello, Pete. Welcome to my comic book investment chat. Let's see if I have to fix the camera. It's been a while. I think the last time I had a chat was like maybe 10 days ago. Kind of lost track of time. Okay, that looked good. Welcome to Friday. Yes, indeed, it is Friday. Seems like it's Friday every day, the way everything goes these days with the pandemic. For sure, with the pandemic and the lockdown or locked in or stay in, seem like every day is the same. At least with my son, that's up. He just lost track completely of what day is today. He has chore to do, so we had to remind him. Yes, at 13 years old, he has to do dishes once a week. He has to do his own laundry. He has to mop and clean his room. He has to clean his bathroom as well. This all kind of chore for my son. He's not gonna be spoiled and have mommy and daddy do everything for him. He's old enough to do something. In fact, he's already talked about next year starting to work, and it's gonna be a good thing for him when he turns 14 next summer, and hopefully the pandemic will be over and he can get a job along with his friend. One of his friend, 1 year older, live 4th Street down. Go to the same school system, of course. He's working at the local Publix within walking distance from here. I see him, great kid. I see him every time I go to the Publix. So my son is excited that maybe next summer they can work together. Hello, Dennis Ocasio. So yes, comic book investment chat. If you see the video I loaded today, I am very curious in seeing Dennis. Good morning, Double X, as well as Omega Comics. I saw all my miners yesterday. Gold has been extremely hot the last couple of weeks. If you look at the trend of gold and GDX, the gold miner, right? I still have gold, GLD. I think, like many people, I'm thinking that we are near the short-term top. Okay, so let me see what GLD is right now. GLD is 178. Woo! Yeah. The last time that we are this high is back in 2013. Wow. Yeah. Pretty crazy. So we are near the all-time high, going back to, you gotta go back to like even 2011. From 2011 through 2012, GLD was at this level, up and down a few $100, okay? But yeah, we are near the 10-year all-time high and looking to break through. We'll see. As with many things that I will do, most likely I will sell some. I'm never the type of traders or investors that buy everything all at once. Like if I want to buy, say, 100 shares of Amazon, right? I'm not going to go out there and buy 100 shares. Doesn't matter where. Doesn't matter if Amazon crash 20% from here. I won't do it. That's just not in my DNA to do that. I would buy, say, 10 share and maybe another 20 share lower, but I buy things in little pieces. Back to CGC. Hopefully you have seen the video today that they have entering into the game cards slabbing business. with Pokemon and Magic the Gathering. I'm curious why they don't jump all the way in with sport card. Okay, for those that understand the card business more, feel free to educate me. Like, what's bigger, the sport card business or the Magic the Gathering slash Pokemon business? What is bigger? I would think the sport card business is bigger, but I could be completely wrong. Maybe CGC is dabbling in a little bit with the game cards to see how the demand and the acceptance of the marketplace is before they fully jump in with both feet and do the sport card thing. Because yes, the sport card things probably will require more human capital, more graders, right? And I'm sure they're gonna have to look at signed sport card, right? Because that's a huge business. You know, people having athletes signing things. There's a lot of people with signed cards out there. So, oh boy, here we come, right? Is that a good thing for the marketplace? It's not a good thing or a bad thing. It's just that, you know, as a grading company, you see how CBCS is, you know, with Beckett, right? Trust me, if you understand grading, whether it's stamps, coins, cards, comic books, what do you think is the lowest margin grading business is? I'm gonna let people think, type in the comment section. What do you think of all of those things, from sport cards to Pokemon to coins to stamps, poster? Okay, CGC even do poster. Okay, rock posters, movie posters. What do you think is the lowest margin business? Omega is correct. Comic books. Okay. Double X is saying that CGC is currently trying to hire some sport expert. There you go. You know, I don't follow all the news, so thank you for letting me know, because they are going to jump in with both feet. Because when I saw the news, I'm just like, why just Pokemon? Why just Magic the Gathering? Surely they're using the same machine, the same dimension. So yeah, so it makes sense. Yes, comic books is the lowest margin when it comes down to grading. Okay, coins, stamps, everything else is better. You know why? The dimension is two-dimensional when it comes down to stamps, coins, and other things. Okay, it is very simple. It's very quick. It's literally 20 seconds or less, 20 seconds is me being generous with somebody looking at a sport card to give a grade. Okay, I'm generous to say that there is zero chance of anyone grading a comic books if you do it properly, because you have to understand, you have to flip through every page, count the pages, make sure that there's no missing pages, right? It's a lot of things in comic books. Okay, sure. If you just grade the covers, can you do a covers, just the covers in the same time you grade a sport card? No. It still takes longer because the dimension is bigger. Okay, a sport card is this big. A Pokemon card is this big compared to something that is 10 times bigger. Okay, so even if they just do the covers, it take more time, and then you include the interior, Next thing you know, it takes 10 times longer to grade something. So there you go, the margin. That's why even at $8, they are making mint on those things because, like I said, it takes, I'm going to be generous, 5 times longer. Okay, it takes 5 times longer to grade a comic books. Well, guess what? Grading a comic books is what? $30. Okay, so the margin is fat. Plus, the cost of the little plastic is also a lot less than the big comic book slabs, right? So if you understand common sense, accounting is good money. Um, Omega said he's surprised that they don't grade video game. If the market is big enough, if the profit is there, they will. Okay, it's company goes where monies and profits are, especially in the area of their expertise. Okay, they don't need to be expert. The CGC or CBCS or other grading company, it's all about the brand recognition, right? It's all about the name recognition. So if they see money in any of those area, potential profit, good return on investment, they will hire the right people to do it. So it will, if there is a market for it, surely they will. Let's see. Even Rollis, the younger generation values Pokemon and MTG. I used to play with them and many of my friends. You said the value of books is based on the next generation. The value of books is based on the next generation, but let me clarify that statement. The future value of books is based on the future generation. Let's make it very clear, okay? Because some people, I am not the most eloquent speaker ever, okay? I even with my own language, Vietnamese, I'm not good, okay? It's something about my brain. The wiring of my brain is very good with quantitative, analytical, math related stuff. But when it comes down to like verbal language skills, not good. Okay, so I can't even speak my own language without fumbling, stumbling, stuttering, bad grammar. So it translates over to my poor English skills, even though I have lived here for 40 years. Wow, I just thought about that. I came here in 1980 at the age of 13, and now I'm 53. So yeah, I've been 40 years. So yes, even 40 years in America, I'm sure if you watch my videos, you notice that I spoke with poor grammar in many of them. That's just the way it is. I have stopped trying to fix that part of um, me. You know, there was a time in my 20s and 30s, you know, when I was working in high finance, and I tried so hard to speak properly, write properly. It just didn't work. I try my best, and it's just that's just not how my brain works. Okay, I accept my deficiency. L. Jeffrey said, "Do you think future generation will value golden age comics?" Okay, let me go back to my comment on future values and future generation. Right now, the books have value. Okay, right now, whatever it is that you are collecting, buying, selling, have value. That's why they're not worth zero. Whenever I talk about future generation, it usually involves people asking what is a good investment for the long term, right? Let's clarify that point. So whenever people say, "Oh, should I buy Amazing Fantasy 15 for as a long term?" Okay, how do I even take that kind of questions without putting in a lot of assumption? Okay, first of all, the assumption could be this person can be in their 30s and looking to buy something to hold for 20 years or more, right? When you're talking about that kind of time frame, guess what? It's no longer your generation that is going to be buying that book 20 years from now. It is going to be the future generation. So, however, whatever the future generations think about that book will determine the value of that book. Does that make sense? Does everything I just said right there make sense? Okay, so I don't want people to misunderstand my view on things. It's easily can happen. Okay, that's the way the internet is. For those that don't make videos, you have no idea how social media and YouTube is for the most part. Trust me, that might sound like a dumbest statement. What do you mean? I on social media, and what do you mean by I don't understand how social media is? If you watch my videos for 2 years, 5 years, 7 years, it's almost 8 years now. Even if you don't watch enough, okay? Not everybody watch all the videos, but let's say if you watch 10%, 10% would be like 200 plus videos. You likely get a decent image of what I collect, what I am, what I do, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you have a good, but if you stumble across my videos as a first time viewer, you would have no idea what I collect, what I have, what I do, what my view is. And you would jump a lot of people jump into conclusion of what I do or what I say or what I believe. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. People, and you know, the haters will twist and reinvent the words that come out of my mouth into something that they can use to argue. I don't want to bother with that. Yesterday video, perfect example of how people can easily take the words that come out of my mouth and go down the stupid rabbit hole. Okay, I talk about Spider-Man. I focus on Spider-Man, right? For those that have seen that video. Did I say anything about how Miles Morales is not a good investment? Did I say anything about that? Did I say that you should invest in Amazing Fantasy 15 and not in Miles Morales? Did I say anything like that in that video? How can anyone listen to that 9 minutes video and came away with the thought that, oh, you are bashing modern books? You are saying that Amazing Fantasy 15 is a better book? Even one person want to debate and argue with me on, you said Amazing Fantasy 15 is the king? How can that be? You left out Superman? Amazing Fantasy 15 is the king of Spider-Man. Holy cow. Holy cow. It is a head scratcher to even read such stupidity. Stupidity. My advice to those guys, put the keyboard down. Your low IQ is should be not touching this stuff. Holy cow, it is so stupid to have to read such stupidity. Unbelievable. Unbelievable to have to read something. But I took part of that blame because I'm not eloquent enough in talking for 2 hours on that topic instead of trying to condense the conversation into less than 10 minutes. Unbelievable. To clarify my view on investment potential, in that video, I did say what? I did say that Miles Morales get his just recognition. I said that. Go back and look for that, okay? Unbelievable. And something that I could have and should have included, just so that I clarify for the people that just like to jump into conclusions, is Miles Morales' potential return on investment, by that I mean percentage return, better than Amazing Fantasy 15 in the next 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years? Very likely. Let's say an Ultimate Fallout 4 is a 9.8 copy is $1,000, give or take. Okay, I don't follow that book to the last seconds. If that book is worth $1,000 right now, a CGC 9.8, and a year from now, 2 years from now, when the pandemic is gone, we can all go back to the movies, and they are blowing up the Spider-Verse. Can that book be 2,000 or 3,000? Does anybody here say that what I said is out of line, out of the realm of possibility? Okay, so let's be conservative and say that the book can double in the next 2 years. So it can go from 1,000 to 2,000. Okay, that's 100% increase for those that want to do the math. What is the odds that Amazing Fantasy 15, let's say a 3.5 copy is around $20,000 right now? Okay. What is the odds that an Amazing Fantasy 15, a $20,000 book, would double in the next 2 years? Anyone? 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 Bueller? Bueller? Now, it's clear. The better return on investment is Miles Morales. Yes? 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 Does that change the status of Amazing Fantasy 15 as the king of Spider-Man? Bueller? Bueller? Anyone? Holy cow. Oh my God, trust me, the few comments that came across is so stupid after yesterday. I'm just like, what did you listen? What did you hear in that video that caused you to have a diarrhea on the keyboard? That is so stupid. Clear out your hatred of me. Impossible to do for the haters. Get the earwax out and listen. Holy cow, stupid beyond stupid. Idiots. Idiots. Enough of that. Let's move on. Now that I clarified my view on Miles Morales, for those that care to understand further what I think about the book, and I even have the book. I even submit that book to CGC for future investment, right? And quite a few people contacted me over the past 2 weeks because they saw a video of me showing the book and wanted to buy the book from me. And I said, no. I said, no, it's not for sale. So, like I said, people that don't watch my channel just don't know anything. Oh, you just like to bash on modern books. You don't collect. How do you know? Go watch some more videos, or better yet, unsub and get the F out of here. Speaking of books and investment, Comic Link auction is ramping up again. Unlike last month, where 10,000 plus books hit the market, guess what? We have 6,500 books this month. Woo! Now, that being said, there are some decent books. I jumped over there earlier just before the chat to look. There's some decent books. Surely, 6,500 slabs are going to have some junk. But overall, it's a nicer spread of selections, for those that follow Comic Link, compared to the last batch of 10,000 slabs, where as in one video I showed 700 plus slabs went for $30 or less. This time the selection is a bit nicer. There are still going to be some junk. I will do a follow-up video to see how many of those books is going to be in the wasted money pile. So it's going to be some good stuff. Now, August auction is going to be the big one, right? That's the feature auction. And if you look right now, they only have about 1,000 slabs. That number will change, but that is supposed to be the big dog, okay? The big dog, the big books are supposed to be saved. There's a Hulk 8.5. There's an Amazing Fantasy 15 4.5. Yeah, there's some big boy books, but make no mistake, somebody want to get out of Showcase 4, because for a lesser auction next week, a Showcase 4 high grade is coming to the market. So at least one person that want to consign a book is saying, I'm not waiting till August. Get me out. I want it to be out now. Yeah, so that says a lot, okay? Because Comic Link has 3 big auctions a year where they bring out the big guns. That's where you see the big book, high grade Silver Age keys, as well as Golden Age grails. But this year is an exception. This year is an exception where even in the non-feature auctions, you see the big boys. A Showcase 4 7.5. Yeah, somebody is saying, get rid of it. I'm not waiting until the big feature auction in August. I want to get out a month earlier. Okay, let me jump to some question. My apology of me talking and yapping and missing out on the questions. Someone asked me about question about gold, as far as Golden Age books. I saw that earlier when I was talking and I kind of missed it. My bad. Good morning, Daniel Golding. Good as gold. Oh, you missed the rant. You can go back and watch it. Yes, TH Comics movies are being pushed back, and I just don't see how they can open the movie theater this year. Now, the sooner the vaccine. Now, we do have some good news with the vaccine, right? There's at least 3 companies out there with 3 different vaccines that are going through the fast track and cross your fingers. I'm crossing my fingers for the teachers here in Florida because the school boards around Florida has voted to open school again, and oh boy, it's gonna be one big mess. Let's not go down that rabbit hole because it's gonna be one ugly topic. Because mm, not sure how other people feel. The funny thing is, in Florida here, they put out a statewide voting where all the parents get to vote. Like, do you want your kid to stay at home? Do you want your kid to go back to school? Blah blah blah. There's like three choices. One is like a mix of both. Nonsense. You either go to school or you stay home. There's no mixing. Some in school, some at home. This is nonsense. I don't even know why they even offer the third choice. But I believe something like only 21% of the parents vote to have school reopened. But the school board doesn't care. The governor doesn't care. He's saying, yes, open. Why have the vote? Why ask the parents to have any kind of opinions when you are saying, we don't care what you think, we are going to reopen the school and force the teachers back in school? Yay. Daniel Golding said, do you notice that online sales seem to be very strong? Do you think it is probably due to the no cons? Yeah, I think no cons has a big part of it, as well as a lot of people just bored sitting home. You know the old saying. What that old saying? Idle times is devil's time. Something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. I seem to remember that saying over the years. Idle's time is devil's time. Something like that. So yeah, it's a good thing for some people if they have to go to work and not be on the computer, because the addiction to this hobby can drive some people into buying things they shouldn't be buying. Yeah, agree? For some people out there. Double X saying that he feel more protected with Amazing Fantasy 15, keeping up with inflation more so than Ultimate Fallout 4. Um, Time will tell. Like I said, I have a copy myself. Uh, Gosh, I bought the entire set. Okay, well, was it 5 books? I sold the other 4 copies, the other 4 issues to Felix a few months back. But I think I bought the entire set a few years back for $75, something like that. It was under $100 for sure. But so I'm glad I have a copy. I'm not going to complain about it. How far can it go? No way to tell. Is it too soon to sell? I would say, hey, if you have multiple copies, okay, I talk about this so many times. If you have 10 copies of Ultimate Fallout 4, is it a bad thing to sell 1 copy now? No, I wouldn't sell all 10 now. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't sell even half now. We are at the first inning of this ramp up. So why sell now? You know, as a speculators of this book, I would say, if you have 10 copies, at best, sell 1. We are in the first inning. There's still 8 more innings to go. So you can do the math when I think the next copy should go. Um, let's see, it's 9:50. I'll be around for another 10-15 minutes before I go. How's the market doing? Ooh, all this chit chat, and I forgot to look at the market. Oh, go go is up. What else is up? I expect a not a so good day today. So let's see. Um, how bad is it? How bad is it? Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Ooh, let's see. Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm looking at my holdings, and yeah. It's always good to see, my position. I definitely don't have all winners in my portfolio, but it's always good to see quickly, about 50-50. So even though on a ugly red day, at least half of the portfolio is doing its job of holding up the gains instead of everything is red. It's nothing worse than turn on your brokerage account computer screen and see nothing but reds. Silver has been up big, no doubt. Silver, uh, could it be a catch up to gold because gold is so high? So maybe would I buy silver right now? No. I was debating to buy silver about 3 months back, and I kind of wish I uh, went with my gut instinct. I was debating it with one of my close friends, and he's just like, "No, don't buy silver, buy gold." I'm not regretting buying gold 3 months ago, but I kind of wish I bought a little silver as well. Yeah, missed opportunities, but it is what it is. I'm just glad I have exposure in GLD. No complaint from me. Okay, no complaint from me at all. Um, when it comes down to investing in comic books, okay, or anything, regardless if it's 30% gain or 300% gain, you should be happy. Okay, because there's no way to tell. One of the things, the hardest thing, the hardest question that I get all the time is what book to invest in. And this is a thing that I don't do. And I talk about this in other live chat is I don't put out a list, top 10 lists of books to invest in. Other channels do that. Okay. It's plenty of YouTube channels that like to put out a list. Okay. My question to everybody is, does any one of those channels go back and look at the list they recommend and give you a breakdown of how correct or how incorrect those lists were? I mean, it's so easy to sit down and plop down and do a 5 minutes video, top 10 lists to invest, and nobody held accountable to anything that are just nonsense. Whew. Yeah. Good morning, John Valenzuela. So yeah, it's really, that's one thing. That's why I avoid answering a lot of time, because to me it's just, it's no way to tell. I mean, it's the market shift and changes. There are books that you know that tend to do better than other books, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of inefficiency in the market. And another thing that people don't understand is that, once again, a minor rant. I made a video a couple, I think last week, was it 2 weeks ago, about how blue chip can go down. For those that remember that video, and as always, somebody who don't really fully understand my view on many things wanted to debate. You mentioned in some videos a few years back that blue chip this and blue chip that. I'm just like, if you listen to that video, blue chip is a common term. I don't, I do not say that it's wrong. to use the term blue chip. I say it is wrong to assume or to say or to preach that blue chip is safe. Okay? That's the key takeaway that you should get from my viewpoint. It is not that blue chip shouldn't be used in any kind of investment term, in any kind of assets, whether it's stocks, real estate, comic books. The whole point was blue chip has been used for decades. And my biggest pet peeve when it comes down to blue chip is people talk about it as if it is safe. Get that point straight through your head. Holy cow. Density. So dense. Yes, this could have been easily be a rant videos instead of a comic book investment chat because there's just so much pent up rants. Uh, Hello, Jason. Hope 181 is blue chip. Yes, it is, but it can still crash 20 or 30% from the high. It happens. You know, that's the thing that one of the things that I love to do is help people understand the market, whether it's the stock market or the comic market, because I'm a firm believer that if you understand the working dynamic of the market, you're more informed about that market, you likely make good decisions. Good decisions. That's is the ultimate goal of me whenever I talk to people about the stock market or the comic market is helping people learn the process of making good decisions. And a big part of making good decisions is not be a follower. Okay? Do not be a lemmings. Do not be a lemmings and just soak in whatever someone else said and do what someone else said. Do you know anyone that get rich or get successful because they follow? How many followers out there are successful? Do you know any? You might hate me, you might dislike me, but guess what? I am no followers. I'm doing okay. Okay. And so I'm sure someone just took that statement. Here he goes again, bragging, so much bragging. I hate him so much. Woo, yeah. Trust me, I got those kind of comments. I'm only using comments, posts, words from people that don't like me. Okay, so the things that I just said is not something that I invented out of thin air. It's the things that people wrote on my videos. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry that you hate success. Winning. But yeah, ultimately, what I really want some people, back to seriousness here, is that I want people to be able to take away that, you shouldn't take other people's words as if they know something. Okay? Figure out a way to discover the truth yourself. Um, you notice in all of my years on YouTube, do you see me telling people, don't listen to other people, listen to me? No, never, not once, not ever. Okay, I don't do that. I don't agree with a lot of what other people say. Okay, but it's none of my business. If other people want to listen to them, follow them off the cliff, it is what it is. But so those that got me or gets me or know what my views and opinions are and can take away something good from that, and it's a good thing. Like I said, I'm not here to convince people to like me. I'm not here to try to convince people that I know everything. Okay, unlike some other channels, a lot of it floors me when I hear other channel talk as if like, woo. Oh my god. um it's 10:01. I'm gonna go real quick, okay, because I need to focus more on the stock market. But as far as the comic market, I think we are okay. Hard to say where the market is going, to be honest. It's just one of those things where we are absolutely in uncharted water. It's a mad, 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 mad market. I finally got around to the thumbnails that I created for this thing. It's the market, the economy, the stock market, the Magic the Gathering market. Every market right now is behaving very irrationally. Okay. I mean, I don't like the stock market. Okay. I'm invested in the stock market because I like money. Woo! More hate's coming. More hate's coming. Oh my god. He said he like money more than comic books. Oh my god. What kind of madness is that? Oh my god. Uh, um, but I don't like the market. But at the same time, if you watch enough of my live chat, you also hear me talk about how the feds are pouring money into the stock market, pumping up the market, propping up the market. So, you know, I have talked about not advising anyone to short the market since March, right? Yes. If you listen to my advice and not short the market, hopefully you did not get obliterated, because that's what part of the fuel that drove the market back to near all-time high is what? Shorts. All the people that just bet against the Fed, don't bet against the Fed, please. Okay. History has shown that when the Fed is easing, when the Fed is printing money, you may not like it. I may not like it, but don't fight it. Fighting the Fed, he has a printing machine that will outdo you. He will outdo you in every which way you think. Okay, you can have $1 billion betting against the market, and he will outprint you and crush you. Okay, so don't try to apply logic. The same thing with the comic market. Okay, it is so um, illogical at times, but don't fight it. It's just, it is what it is. I have no control. Okay, I have no control over what people think about Amazing Fantasy 15. I have no control over what people think about Ultimate Fallout 4. All I try to do, if I can, is what? Capitalize on the opportunities to make money. Period. Period. Okay, there is no unabashing admitting here that I love money more so than comic books. Take that to the bank any day. Okay, it's not even close to second or third or whatever. Yeah, I even put chicken wings above comic books. But I can't make money eating chicken wings. Yeah, I cannot make money eating chicken wings. If I could, I would. But you know, oh, sometimes I make myself laugh. um, Regardless, 45 minutes, 50 minutes is long enough, would you say? Anyhow, hopefully everybody stays safe, hang in there. Hopefully we get a vaccine by Christmas. Let's cross our fingers, okay? Let's cross our fingers. On a grim note, for those that paid attention to my very first live chat back in March when this pandemic exploded and quarantine started to happen, I talk about India and how India is a hot spot that's gonna explode and be a big problem. Sadly, the pandemic news has forgotten India, but let me break the bad news to those that don't know. India is now number 3 on most infected, and they are testing, the percentage of people tested are so low compared to the rest of the other countries. So the numbers from India is going to explode. Not a good thing. Okay, so if you think, if you're tired of hearing the news about the coronavirus, pay attention to India, because it's as horrible as the number here is in the US. India number can be twice, if not 3 times as worse in the next 3 months if we don't get a vaccine quickly. Okay, it is the one thing about this virus that has proven a lot of people wrong over the past few months is that summer is here, it's going to go away, blah blah blah. And people talk about, oh, the reason why it didn't go away in the summer because of the air conditioning, the virus fried in AC, blah 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 blah. Oh, guess what? Do you think AC is widely used in India? Have you seen videos from India on how? No, it's a very dense, populated country. A lot of poor people. I watched some videos and it was sad. It was sad when you see people saying that they don't have money for soap to clean their hands, let alone social distancing. It's a mess. Okay, so have a prayer for India. Those that listened to my advice back in March, hopefully you did listen and sent the mask to your relative in India, because it is bad. Okay, India went from nothing. 2 months ago, you wouldn't even hear about India and coronavirus. All of a sudden now they have millions plus infected people. Anyhow, that's it for this chat. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.